I made a video a couple of months ago all about, I think it started off with, I thought that I would reach enlightenment in this lifetime. And then at some point, I decided that enlightenment was not the path that I would be going on this particular journey. But I definitely just received a new amazing download that I want to share with you today about what enlightenment really is. I think at one point I just thought it was sort of this amazing, perfect space left and reserved for all of the yogis and the gurus in the world. I thought that when I got to that point of enlightenment, everything would come my way and be perfect and be all that is. And I think that I just sort of kind of misled myself down a particular spiral. And so now I really do want to clarify with this new download what enlightenment is and how you actually can create it in your life in a really powerful way. And the big question is, Dr. Sheri, why the heck would I want to do that? When you get into that space of aligned frequency of stillness and all of those good things, you will become a powerful attraction magnet so you can very intentionally create the life that you want to experience this time around. We're human. We are three-dimensional beings in a three-dimensional world. We are 4D beings in our intellect and our mental energy, and we are 5D beings in our soul and the energy of all that is, that beautiful, amazing God frequency. And when we tune in to each of those energies and when we align them, when our thoughts are matching what our soul knows to be true and that beautiful, expansive wisdom, and when we take aligned action in our physical bodies in this physical world, we definitely will rearrange the quantum field in a really beautiful, cool, magical, powerful way to create more of what we want to experience. And the baby caveat to that is, remember, change always can happen. Challenges are a part of this human experience. And all of the things that come to us for us to walk through or to solve or to get to the other side is just part of this journey. And so I do want to remind you and definitely welcome you to Infinite You. I am Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist, multidimensional mindset mentor, soul-led success coach, and I definitely love, love, love helping empower people to remember who they are, to align with the essence of their soul and become the master of their mind so they can manifest and create the life, the business, the dream, all of it in a way that feels really, really good to you. And like I said, I really did want to hop on here today and just talk a little bit about this idea of enlightenment someday. And then I got to the place of like, I don't think that that's what this is about. And I don't think I'm arriving, that I would heal enough, that I would evolve enough, that I would be spiritual enough to finally get there. But now I understand after this download, enlightenment is not a finish line. It is definitely a part of this amazing unfolding spiritual journey of being human, of self-awareness, self-realization. It is not about perfection. It is definitely a frequency, and you can access it at any moment. So I do want to just reframe this. Remember, and I think, and to be honest with you, I think that, part of why I'm talking about this today is that enlightenment isn't about escaping your life. And I think that I thought that if I could reach enlightenment, that I would be protected, that I would be immune to all of the things that we humans experience in this lifetime. And that is not what enlightenment is about. It is not about escaping your life. It is about being deeply present in it. And I really want to be clear about how I say this. I'm kind of getting like this little emotional twinge right now because I know in my life that there have been times where I just thought if I get to enlightenment, none of this is going to hurt anymore. None of this is going to feel challenging anymore. And for those of us who have came here with an empathic or spiritual bent, we tend to feel that much more deeply. And so I want to remind you that there's something magical and beautiful about this three-dimensional reality, that when we leave our physical bodies and we go back up into the energy of all that is, up to heaven, to God, to whatever source energy, whatever works for you, however you operationalize it, I just want you to know that when we get back there, from this physical reality back into the non-physical, we definitely start thinking about, feeling about coming back again. There's something really miraculous about this thing called life in three-dimensional reality on this beautiful planet. But I know I'm being super tangential. I want to get to my bigger point, and I want to share with you how you can shift. Remember, like I said, enlightenment is not about escaping your life. It is about being deeply present in it. It is about attuning to the frequency to you that is always available, the frequency of your soul. I call it core frequency. And I say that because I think the bigger picture is God frequency, but we each have our individual souls hanging out in our physical body. And we all resonate with different things. We resonate with different belief systems. We resonate with what lights us up. We resonate differently with what our hell yes is. We resonate differently with what brings joyful tears to our eyes. So that is what I mean by core frequency. You have a frequency in your soul that is all wise, always eternal, reflective of God frequency, reflective of God, source energy, all that is the quantum field. And that is the energy to tune into because it is always wise. And that soul energy, that core frequency, definitely has energetic blinders on for everything that is going on, rolling around in your head. So when you're thinking a thought that misaligns you from soul, when you are thinking a thought and a feeling that comes from it that makes you feel misaligned, that's exactly what's going on. That feeling, that thought is misalignment. And when you begin to master your mind in a really beautiful, amazing, powerful way, you are going to become much more aware of tuning into your core frequency and into that stillness. And so what does it look like? What does it feel like? It looks like peace. It feels like peace without a reason. It feels like trust with a capital T, without control. It feels like joy without condition. It feels like love without condition. There's no judgment here. There is stillness. It feels like clarity and calm without overthinking. It is the moment that you stop trying and you start being. It is definitely about surrender. And so the three ways that you can tune into the frequency of your enlightenment, the frequency of your self-realization, your increased and ever unfolding evolvement, a part of your journey that there really is no destination, a part of your increasing self-awareness and expansion. Remember, number one, this is about presence over perfection. You do not need to fix everything to feel aligned. You just simply come back to the now. Be in the moment, breathe, and notice And if you want to appreciate, this is where the stillness lies. And the stillness, to me, is that frequency of simply being, of letting go. And it is so darn attractive. This is where the magic happens. This is the essence of God frequency. This is the essence of God energy. Number 2, the second way to tune into your path to expansion, enlightenment, self-realization, this higher vibe frequency. Remember, it is about stillness over strategy. The answers that you are seeking will come to you in silence. You cannot download your soul's wisdom in a noisy mind. I talk about this in other videos. When you think about this definition of entropy, entropy is the natural phenomenon of everything going from an organized state to a disorganized state. We know it to be real. We observe it all the time in our physical reality. If we stop doing dishes, doing the laundry, or mowing the lawn, soon entropy will begin to take over. It is the easiest, most tractable physical example that I can share with you. And for sure, this is happening at the 4D level too. You know when you've had enough. You know when you need to turn off your mind. You can become the master of your inner game in a really powerful way, because all of that entropy deflects whatever it is you are wanting to bring more of into your physical reality. Remember that when you are feeling that chaos, when your ego is telling you you're oh so important and you have to think all of these thoughts and da 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 da, and you're rolling and you're moving and you're overthinking and you're overanalyzing and you're judging and all the things and all the noise, you know it. We all know it. We are all human. Let it go. Be in the now. Get back into the stillness of who you are. Reconnect with your core frequency. Reconnect with your soul, your inner essence, whatever you want to call it. Reconnect with God, with source energy, whatever feels really good to you. And number 3, the third way that you can get back into this space of enlightenment, of expansion, of self-realization, of awareness, of growing, of becoming, is remember that it is about compassion over control. Release the need to have it all figured out. Forgive yourself. Forgive everyone around you. You are an eternal being. You are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to continue to realign and listen to the wisdom and the love of your soul for the answers. Surrender definitely is magnetic. And I mean, for sure, I want to just say this as an addendum. I remember when I was younger, and I definitely, when we're younger, we definitely get into ego mode for sure if we have to protect our hearts from being trampled upon, or, things happen and we are programmed to believe certain things about ourselves, whether they are true or not, all the stuff, right? And then we can easily come up, with an attitude or, a fighting spirit, or being judgmental or harsh to ourselves and to others, right? We all know that feeling. And the more I walked down my spiritual path, the more I kept, and I mean, I've been on it for a very long time. I'm not being boastful about it at all. I'm just saying, like, I've been on this journey and having these like little micro moments of like understanding myself, more and more every day, more and more in every moment. And I'm bringing that up because I remember the time when, New Yorker girl, tough girl, Sheri, raised with brothers, kind of like kicking and fighting and doing all the things, right? Like just sort of, living in ego. And I remember not wanting to give up that feeling because creating that protective mode around me made me not only feel safe, but I thought that if I didn't have that, who would I be? Right? I would be a bore, right? Who wants to kind of walk around the planet just sort of being loving and compassionate and kind? Like, where's the fun in that? I'll tell you where the fun is in that. The fun is that when we're in our three-dimensional world and our three-dimensional reality, the fun is in, going on a cool road trip, petting a corgi, hugging someone you love, painting a beautiful picture, writing a beautiful masterpiece, a haiku, a poem, a piece of music, right? The fun is in creating. The fun is not in pointing fingers at ourselves and others. So, why the heck am I saying that? I don't know how any of you all feel, but I know that there was a time that I thought I would be a total bore if I ended up just sort of like creating and letting everything else go and just getting into like super kind mode and like allowing my ego to come and serve me when it needed to, to protect me or whatever the case may be. But it definitely, there's so much more out there. You don't have to be a shell or a version of yourself. You get to be the real you. I don't know if that helps you, but it definitely, when you start to think about this and put all the pieces together, who are you really and what is the illusion of you that you've painted for yourself to protect you in one way or another? And for sure, I would love for you to comment below and definitely hit subscribe and like if this video resonates with you. Remember that every moment is a choice to tune in or to tune out. You don't need to chase enlightenment. You already are it. And when you live from that frequency, I promise you, everything begins to change. Come from your heart. Then connect that to your mind. It is a beautiful state of heart mind coherence. We are not here to judge. We are here to grow, to evolve, to expand, to contribute to the collective consciousness in a very powerful, beautiful, amazing, high vibe, lovely way. And I will put a link in the description box below for my new really, really cool Mindset to Manifest $7 bundle. I cannot believe I'm selling this for $7. It's really, really, really freaking cool. And so you can click on that and get that bundle. And then I will see you, of course, in my next video. Namaste. Enjoy the process. You can have it all. I swear, heaven on earth.